Yeah, you know why I nod my head is because he went to similarities any footballer went to, some people don't have to understand, not don't understand, have to understand. The kid is that young, and going through that with playing all the time, and then someone takes you out of the team, and I can guarantee you that manager, you understand, gave him the feeling like almost you don't exist. And as an individual, that's the hardest thing. I'm talking now. Not being a footballer and you're working somewhere and your boss makes you feel like you don't exist.
Yeah.
That's very difficult, huh? Yeah. And then he has to stay calm. He's emotional. It's normal. I would be emotional. Everybody would be emotional. But then he stays calm. You talk to your family, and I can guarantee you, someone in the family will say like, "Oh, this guy is crazy. We got to do something, or we got to leave, or whatever." Then you stay calm. You wait. Then you get back into the team because the manager leaves. And then you can prove your point. And is he proving his point? I'm very happy that the kid didn't go away because clearly, you know, like, and the perfect person started playing better with him because they started playing better together. Casemiro started playing better. He started playing better. Yeah. So what's the answer?
Presuming he's fit, it'll be an emotional day for Casemiro on Sunday. Is he going to be available? And what can you say about him as he says goodbye to Old Trafford?
Yeah, Cassie's available. I can speak for since I've been here and met him, obviously, and worked with him. I think he's been fantastic for us, for me personally, for us as a group. I think what he's given us, I've said it before, I think the clarity helps of knowing the situation, and for him and for us for him to get his head in the place of where he give absolutely everything in every aspect, knowing that it was going to come to an end at the end of the season. I think. And like I've said before, it's credit to him for the way he's gone about that, and just because it's coming to the end and there's clarity with it, it's easy to go the other way as well. But he's fully invested, he's fully supported us as the staff and the performances that he's give. So he's obviously had some ups and downs, as like we all have in football and over the years. But to finish so strongly and to see that connection that he's got with the supporters is really good to see.
It doesn't sound like it's going to be your Old Trafford farewell on Sunday. I know you're sick of us asking about your future, but I kind of feel like we have to. Is the end in sight? Is there clarity coming?
I can't blame you for asking, to be honest. Well, yeah, there's 2 games to go, right? So we knew. Apart from that, there's not much else I can say. Is probably what you'd expect. I think the situation is pretty clear for us all. So. Same as in terms of preparing for the game, really, planning for that, and it doesn't change what I do this week.
The old manager was wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm glad you mentioned Casemiro. Jules, you might have seen it. Cas did an interview with Rio Ferdinand this week. And I thought one of the most interesting things when they spoke about Kobbie Mainoo was that he said that, you know, Kobbie's fantastic, but he needs to be pushed. You know, he has to keep being pushed. I mean, do you agree with that? Do you think that maybe he needed this Amorim situation to come to his best self?
I'm not sure he needed that, really. I think Amorim gave up on him. Once he felt that he didn't fit in that system with the back three, and like Kobbie explained in the interviews, it's fine. Sometimes you just don't fit in what the manager wants you to do.
Yeah.
That's one thing. The other, and not even bringing him on, for example, as a sub, I think you just gave up on him, which is wrong, because I think managers also need to find a way of getting everybody involved. And there's a player there in Mainoo, we all knew it. Yeah. And I'm sure Amorim could have used him a bit more than what he did. So being pushed, sure, some players need to be challenged. Sometimes it's the stick or the carrot with a lot of the players, right? And probably with Kobbie, as a young player, maybe at times he needed a bit more of like, come on, I need more from you, I expect more from you.
Yeah.
But he felt to me that Amorim just gave up on him, which is wrong as well.
Michael, again, I appreciate you can't talk too much into the future, but what has it meant to you on a personal level to be leading this club and, you know, potentially to continue leading the players and this team? Because it feels like maybe something we've learned from you being in charge. It takes a unique individual to handle all the pressures inside and outside the club.
It's a unique football club, special football club, you know, and I'm immensely proud to have come back and to be part of it, to help. As a supporter, as an ex-player and an ex-employee is one thing, but as a pure supporter and caring about the club so much, to be in a position to come back and help, and for as a group to to move forward it was important, I think, to make the big step to get back into the Champions League is good. Is good, and it's obviously we're happy with the work that we've done so far.
Michael, same kind of theme. The fans are obviously eager to know what's happening as well. It's kind of customary for the manager to speak to them from the pitch after the final game. Will you be doing that?
I think that's important, regardless of the situation. I think it's important because the supporters are a massive part of this club, and we thank them, and I certainly thank them for the season and the support, and certainly in the last 4 months for however long it's been for me personally. So I know what you're getting at in terms of the future and what that brings, but I think regardless of that, I think for what we've gone through together so far, and that connection, and I felt that, the players have felt that, and seeing it in talks, and individual players have felt it, but as a group we've felt it. So I think it's important that we have that anyway. So and certainly for us to thank the fans, and for me to thank the fans for that is important.
Yeah. Michael, obviously you mentioned about Casemiro being okay. Is Benjamin Sesko all right? Have you got any other issues?
Ben's not as straightforward as Cassie. He's still not 100% with the problem that he had. So yeah, apart from that, we're all right with it.
Hi, Michael. You've spent the last 4 months now working with this group. I mean, whatever happens with your future, what do you think this team can achieve over the next couple of years? What should they be aiming for?
Well, you've always got to aim upwards for sure, and I think that's just the beauty of football and the beauty of competition. You know, to achieve something, to then back it up, to then improve on things. I think that's always the challenge, and for the players, for the squad, for the whole group, for the football club, you know, we want to keep moving in a positive way and in the right direction. And the closer you get to the top, obviously, the less room for progress. But progress is certainly what needs to be aimed for.
Sorry. Hi, Michael. I think on the same theme. Apologies in advance, but how much involvement do you have in what the future might look like when you're talking to contract talks and things like that? Are you getting involved in that, or is your focus on the football?
Future for, as in squad? Or?
Yeah.
Listen, the future for me, it's going to be decided pretty soon. You know, we knew that was going to be towards the end of the season, if not the end of the season. So nothing's changed. There's no big swing on that. That is what it is. You know, and obviously whatever's beyond that is pretty close around the corner anyway.